Hey folks, for those who don't know me, I'm Antar1011, or just Antar for short, and I'm replacing Bestow5000 as Pokebox5's Monday Battler. So anyway, my first battle for this channel is actually against Bestow5000. It's kind of passing the torch, if you will. But we're using our Gen 5 teams, and yeah, so he leads off with his infamous Blaziken, which I'm sorry, I haven't seen many of his battles before, so I had no idea what to expect. So I'm leading off with my Peanut, which is my down fan, which, you know, is pretty obvious what it does. You know, it's Stealth Rocks, it's Rapid Spins if needed, but yeah, so anyway, I didn't think he was going to do anything to prevent me from setting up my rocks, so I just went ahead and set them up for myself, and then I switched them out seeing how much Heat Wave did. I was actually really surprised that this isn't a speed boost Blaziken. Usually when you see Blaziken in Gen 5, it's a speed boost one. But anyway, I predict the second Heat Wave, and my Tachikoma, which is my Rotom Wash form, takes that quite well. I'm predicting a switch here, so I go ahead and Volt Change. But he doesn't switch, which really surprised me and really sucks because he's still there. So anyway, I go ahead and switch in Human, my Emboar, thinking that, you know, I don't know what he was going to do, but I wasn't really fearing too much. But I was not expecting him to high jump kick, and I was not expecting high jump kick to do that much damage. Emboar is pretty darn bulky, so thinking that he must be faster since he's a base 80, I just went ahead and Nitro Charge just for, you know, lulz. But amazingly, I go first, which is kind of crazy. Had I known, I would have used an attack that would have KO'd him. But as it is, I'm going to get KO'd on this next turn with a super effective Earthquake, which is kind of overkill since it's, you know, super effective and I'm down to practically no HP. So my Emboar does not really do too well in this match. Oh well. Anyway, next up for me is Roomba, which is my Magnezone. But I figured that if Emboar outsped this guy, then Magnezone probably will as well. Little did I did the Calyx afterwards, and that was actually pretty risky. Had he been running max speed but a non-boosting nature, he would have outsped, my Emboar would have outsped him, but not my Magnezone, so that was actually a stupid move on my part. But anyway, I'm predicting the high jump kick here, and I switch into Dave, my Ranunculus, I don't know how to pronounce that, from his, anyway, but no, his Kajondo, also known as Mineshaw, instead went for the U-turn, which is going to hit me super effectively, and that's not good. So next out for him is a Gengar, which there's no one on my team who can take a super effective, or not a super effective, a stab boosted Shadow Ball, so I'm just going to leave Dave in here to die. Having looked at his team, you know, not the most useful guy since he's not running Blissey or Chansey or anything like that. So I am taken out, or my Dave is taken out, and I am not doing too well in this match, to say the least. Yeah, so Bestow5000 is leaving some really big shoes to fill, and I hope to someday live up to his, you know, what he's done on this channel. Anyway, I go ahead and use a super effective Shadow Ball from my Scarf Tachikoma, my Scarf Rotom. It is not enough to take him out. Don't worry, I wasn't thinking that it was going to be stab or anything, but it's just been super effective, and my Rotom is running a modest nature. I don't know, I'm impressed. But anyway, I do survive his Shadow Ball, which is nice, so I figure I can take him out on the next turn. But unfortunately, even though he was not going to be able to switch in his Pokemon again, thanks to my Stealth Rocks, he does switch out and deny me the KO. So out goes Scissor, who isn't going to care about a freaking Shadow Ball, and is going to force my switch. So I'm down to 25 HP, so maybe a switch isn't the best move considering, you know, he could be running Pursuit, but I'm hoping that he's going to use a priority move, and he's going to be locked into it because it's a Banded Scissor. I didn't know that it's a Banded Scissor, but I'm assuming, and based on how much a resisted U-turn does against my Roomba, I'm assuming that it is Banded. So that unfortunately pops my balloon. Yeah, so had he get done Bullet Punch or some other priority move, he would have been locked in thanks to Roomba's Magnet Pull, and I would have been able to deal with him. Anyway, he switches in his Hydreigon, and there's nothing I can do against this guy. but I don't want to take whatever attack he's going to use. So I'm KO'd by a super effective flamethrower, and I no longer have anyone on my team who will resist that. Well, oh, sorry, Tachikoma will resist it, but it's got no HP, so how's that going to help me? So this battle is basically over. I was hoping to outspeed him, thinking that he might be spexed instead of scarfed, but no, he was scarfed, so there's nothing on my team that's going to be able to outrun him. And so I go ahead and send out my Peanut, my Donphan, which is running the priority Ice Shard, but it isn't going to be enough to KO him. I mean, that guy doesn't have the best defenses, but he doesn't have the worst either. And even though I'm running Max Attack, Adamant Nature on my Peanut, it's not Stab, and Donphan doesn't have that great an attack. So anyway, he's sweeping through what's left of my team, and I'm now forced to send out my last Pokemon, which is a Selgor, which is the fastest Pokemon in the game, but it's not faster than a Scarfed Hydreigon. So that's good game. Bestow5000, you're going to be missed on this channel for sure, and I'm going to have a hard time filling your shoes. But anyway, check out my channel, and comment, rate, and subscribe to both my channel and this channel. So long, and I'll see you next week.